Oh, we're live. Hold on.
Okay,
We're we're
we're
live.
live.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Larry Abels, and I'm your host for this week's NFL Gameline. I had a couple of little technical difficulties, but we're rocking and rolling now. Joining me are the two members of our panel of experts. Neil Abels, how you doing, Neil?
I'm fine. You?
I'm good. Glad to hear that you're well. And Earl Go Go Rush, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Mr. Abels. I'm looking forward to the picks. So I can see if I can catch up with you and Neil. I've been behind since the beginning, since 4 weeks ago, and it's a strange feeling, I don't think I feel like getting used to it either. So let's get on with this show so I can get back in the lead.
Well, to that end, we're things are very, very competitive here. Last week, Neil had a great week. He was 5-2. Earl, you were 4-3, and I was inexplicably 3-4. Overall, for the season, Neil and I tied at 12-9, and Earl is just one game behind us at 11-10. So at this point, it looks like it's anybody's race to win. So we'll get started with this week. See if we can see if I can get some distance between me and the crowd. Okay, first game online: the Commanders versus the Cardinals. Earl, who do you like in that game?
I only like Jaden Daniels when it comes to the Commanders, but to answer your question, stop all trying to be funny. I will take. Because I like Daniels, I'd like to take Washington, but don't
I
get
know this is a problem for you, so
yeah, don't get crazy. It is Washington, and Kyler Murray has been playing great this year. He just might play great against the Redskins because most teams do play against them. I'm gonna take Daniels. I'm gonna take the Commanders because I like that guy. I like him.
okay. Maybe we have a changing of things here. Earl taking the Commanders more than 1 week in a season. Neil, who do you like?
I'm gonna take the Commander as well, and because I do like Jaden Daniels as well. And I think it's time for the Commanders defense to show up. They've been in Arizona all week, so maybe they will show up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make it a clean sweep. I'm gonna go with the home team too. Our home team. They're playing it down in Arizona. I'm gonna take the Commanders as well. Next game I have are the Vikings versus the Packers. Love is supposed to play today, in case you guys didn't know that. He's supposed to return today. So, Earl, who do you like in that game?
Saints, who's the Saints?
Vikings and Packers.
Where are they playing?
Green Bay.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Any particular reason why?
Okay. Um,
Just curious.
you know, I'm not that sold on Jordan Love like everybody else is. Like he's the next Brett Favre or anything. And the Vikings defense is playing pretty well. Maybe there is something to this Flores guy. I always say that, but I don't think so. He wouldn't nothing when he was with Miami. So, but I'm going to go with the Vikings for an upset for today.
Good
Morning.
morning. Good morning, Sharice. How you doing?
Good
Good morning,
morning.
Sheree.
Neil, who do you like in this game?
I like the Vikings as well. I think that Donald's been playing pretty well, and the Vikings, like Earl's defense, has been playing pretty well. So I'm gonna stick with the Vikings.
I'm going to go with Green Bay. I think Jordan Love's return is going to be a boost for them. And for some reason, I'm not a believer in the Vikings. They might, after this week, I might become a believer. But right now, I'm going with Green Bay to win that game. Okay, the next game I have is the Eagles traveling to Tampa to play the Bucks. Neil, who do you like in that game?
Hmm. That's been a hard one for me. And I've noticed that the Buccaneers have been having their number the last few times they played them. The Eagles don't have their receivers. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers.
Earl, who do you like in that game?
I like Philadelphia. Everybody been dogging my boy because I love the quarterback. and the coach is out of control. But I still have a feeling that Philly will have a decent season. They will win the East. I picked Philadelphia today.
Okay, I'm going to go with Neil, and I'm going to take the Bucks due to the Phillies receivers being out. I mean, Barkley is good. I'm thinking the Bucks defense might be able to tune in on him, and I'm not sure of Phillies defense yet. So we'll see what's what. I'm with the Bucks. So Sharice is with the sports doctor. That makes me a little nervous when Sharice picks somebody. We might be in trouble, Neil. She usually knows what she's talking about. And she's in tune with the sports doctor too. Difficult situation. Next game, we have the Browns versus the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, I happen to know because Charles' son is playing on that game. They have a lot of injuries on their defense, and Charles' son is supposed to get a lot more time, even though he's getting a lot of time too, but they're relying on a lot of their younger people. Browns haven't really been that good this year, but I don't know. So, Earl, who do you have, Browns or the Raiders?
He's your favorite player, but I'm always going to pull for him. I'm going with Chuck Snowden's team. I can't root against him. Can't root against that guy, man.
So you got the Raiders, huh?
Okay. I have Raiders.
Neil, Browns versus Raiders.
I'm picking the Raiders as well. The Browns just haven't looked like a good football team. At least the Raiders been giving a fight with whoever they have out there. The Browns just haven't been looking good at all.
Sharice is on board. I guess I might as well get on board with everybody else. I'm not going to go. So all of us are going to take the Raiders this game.
I bet Sharice thinks young Charles is good looking. Her and her sister, they always go with the teams that have the quarterbacks that are good looking, and they probably think that they're fine, so they just go with them. That's all.
We'll see if Sharice gives us a comment on that. Okay. Next game, the Saints versus the Falcons in Atlanta. Neil, who do you like in that game?
I'm going to take the Falcons. I think it's going to be a barn burn. I think they're going to go back and forth. But I'm going to take the Falcons. Although I'm not a Cousins fan, but I'm going to take the Falcons.
Earl, who do you like in that game?
The Falcons. I like the Falcons because this week will continue to show that the Saints weren't for real early in the season. And their real colors are going to start to come out.
Here's Sharice's response to
He's family, Earl.
All right, that's good enough.
All right.
That's the same reason why I think we all rooting for him, Sharice.
There you go.
Even though Earl is right a lot of times about some of their selections. Sharice has admitted it to me. I'm going to take the Saints in this game. So I got both of you guys taking the Falcons. I'm going to take the Saints in this game.
Well, thanks, Larry. He's trying to pick some different people we don't pick. He's trying to be selective of who he picked so he can be up on us. But just like last week, this week is going to backfire on him.
And Sharice says, yeah, you're right, Earl. That's why she's picking Philly's quarterback. Apparently, he's not family, so she has other reasons to pick him.
I'm just letting you all know I've been reading the room, so I know. If her and her sister agree on something, that's strange anyway. So, it's all good.
Okay. We got the Steelers versus the Colts in Indianapolis. Neil, who do you like in that game?
I like the Steelers. I think they got a defense. They got that. The steel curtain. It seems like it's back.
Even though they've only scored 2 touchdowns this year, something like that, huh?
Yeah, but their defense be shutting people down.
Old school style.
Mm-hmm.
Earl, Steelers and Colts. Who do you like?
I like the Colts. The quarterback is put the E in erratic, but I'm thinking this is one of those weeks where everybody is thinking what everyone's thinking, that the Steelers are going to beat Baltimore. I mean, beat
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. But I'm thinking the people in Las Vegas are thinking with what everybody's thinking. But so they ain't thinking for no upset. I'm going with Indianapolis.
Well, thanks, Earl. I'm going with Pittsburgh too. So return a favor. Thank you to you too.
All right. Okay.
And the last game we have on the docket is probably the game of the week: the Bills versus the Ravens. Sports Doctor, who do you like in that game? Game is in Baltimore.
Won't even be close. Uh, Baltimore will wrap them up. It won't even be close. I said that against the Georgia game yesterday too. You saw what happened. Didn't work for me. But I like that.
Being close.
Huh?
It ended up being close.
I thought that they would beat them by 10.
After we finish our picks, I'll elaborate on what I think Earl is talking about.
Oh, okay.
Sharice is going with the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens. Yeah.
Sharice and Earl. Neil, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. They've been playing well. I think they want to prove themselves. Yes, Earl. I like the Ravens. I think they're good and all that, but the Buffaloes is on a roll. I think they want to prove themselves. So I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Buffalo also. I think Buffalo's going to win this game. So we do have a few things where we're going back and forth. So we'll see how it works.
Facial expression, Earl.
No, I'm tripping on both of y'all. Larry trying to keep you upset, and you trying to go against your grain. And 3 home teams you didn't pick. That's a problem. That ain't even how you roll.
Hey, I won last week, but pick some people against some home team.
It's gonna be chaotic for both of you guys today, and I'm just looking for what time does the game start?
And I've won the last 2 seasons, so I feel comfortable with my picks.
Okay, we're not talking about the season this week. We're talking about this week. This week, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
I realize you can't keep picking home games to win, Earl.
Okay.
So for our viewers, what happened when we had our show Wednesday on Real Fellas Talk Sports, I was the only one that picked Georgia to win. So the sports doctor calls me. I'm just getting in from an event, and Alabama's up 30-7. So he's having a good laugh. Sports doctor was out and wasn't following the game. So when Alabama went up, when Georgia went up, I kind of gave him a call, and I was just laughing, but he wasn't in a position to talk, and he didn't know why I was calling. And then Georgia was up 34-33. As soon as I hang up, Alabama throws a bomb for a touchdown. And for those who watching the game, Georgia's quarterback threw an interception right at in the end zone after driving down the field. So I guess the sports doctor got the last laugh.
No, I didn't, because it was when I say a game by a certain amount of points, I need that to happen to make my sports doctor make me look credibility. Everybody knew that they were going to win the game. Everybody knew I was going to win, but when you say they're going to win by 10 and then they win by 10, that makes me look like a legitimate sports doctor.
I got you.
I didn't want them just to win. And before we close off the show, maybe you can see this if Charles is watching anything. Yeah, will you tell him that Maryland is not a decent team this year?
Who?
Maryland, the Terps.
Nah, they average.
Okay, thank you.
You gotta look at who they beat. They really haven't beaten anyone.
It's hard to tell certain people certain things.
That was David.
You can't take nothing away from Indiana. They're undefeated. I mean, it's hard to take away something from them.
Don't try to puff it up and say they beat a decent team. How did that team be decent when they lost to Indiana?
and Indiana had 4 turnovers, and they still
won. Yeah, you're right about that too.
Yeah.
But okay, well, that's all it is for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Sharice, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us your picks.
Sharice.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll sign off for today. We'll see you next week at 11 o'clock, or if right now it's set for 11 o'clock. If we need to change it, we'll come out and let everyone know. Join us Wednesday at 7 o'clock for Real Fellas Talk Sports.
All right.
Take care, everyone.
Good show, guys.